Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 59, and these are the digs our diggers have for us today. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. First up, we have a team dig from Scott Percival and Seth Tierney. They've dug up WINGAMES /arcade2/guys. Not quite sure what to expect with this one, because it's a pretty generic name, just guys. They got a level file, so I'm guessing that's probably the levels for the game. Let's see what the help says. Guys is a game that requires quick thinking and reflexes, and will thoroughly test your mouse skills. Okay. Pre-release demo version of Guys, release version will have more features and will include a level editor so you can design your own levels to frustrate your friends. If you have comments about this game, or if you think you might be interested in seeing our other titles, please respond to this address, IVS Entertainment Software in Orlando, Florida. Wait a minute, if two guys collide with each other, they combine to form a mutant? I don't think it works that way in real life. I'm reading through this is seeming a bit more complicated than you'd typically think for a game like this. Oh, that's simple. The keyboard commands for Guys are very simple. There are none. Only the usual menu and command buttons. Okay, well, let's actually play this thing then. Oh, this is what everything looks like. Fair enough. Guys. Do you need instructions? Nope, because I've already looked at them. That is a really freaking tiny window. Okay. So we got this square cursor here. I'm guessing these are our guys, maybe? Oh. What just happened? I think I just lost. I've read the instructions. Maybe I better read them again. Okay, I think I finally get this. So we're trying to basically guide them. Yeah, so those two fell off because they're basically following the arrows. And then you want to get them to the portal here. So save one of them. I have to save two of them. Yeah, they kind of start moving pretty quickly. It's kind of hard to actually, because they start off in a way where it's like, oh geez. So yeah, it's like, well, first of all, it doesn't help that it's really freaking tiny, so it's hard to see what you're doing. And then once they start moving, it basically comes down to just how fast you can get everything set up. I mean, one thing you could potentially do, I guess, let me restart this. One thing I guess you could potentially do is put them into a sort of back and forth situation, like that. So all of them should start moving back and forth, and then you can just take your time. Oh, that doesn't work because they actually change the direction the arrows are pointing in. That's tricky. So you don't really have a lot of options then. You just have to go really freaking fast and hope for the best. Okay, there we go. Of course, now I gotta wait for him. This game could really use a speed up button or something. Or, you know, it could really use, like, bigger graphics. That's, like, my main complaint here. It's so hard to tell what you're doing because it's such a tiny window. Although there doesn't appear to be, because this is a demonstration version, it's not a completed game, there doesn't seem to be, any penalties for dying. I have noticed that the levels actually do come in different sizes. Although one thing that's good is that once some of them start to go down the paths that you've already set up for the others, then you're pretty much set, because they only seem to change the arrow direction if they're caught in a cycle. Or it could just be if they hit a tile and end up going back the same way they came from, then they're probably going to change direction. Yeah, we're just doing the same levels over and over again now. So that was Guys, or rather a demonstration version of Guys. it's interesting. It could definitely use some more work and some fine-tuning, because it's really hard to save everyone. It's kind of like if you were playing Pipe Dream, but instead of having just one path of ooze that you had to redirect, you had like 3 or 4 of them. It would just get out of hand so fast. So it's an interesting concept for a game, and it certainly plays fine, but it definitely needs some more work to be enjoyable. Next up, Michael Madsen's dug up DOSGAMES /arcade2 /PC Sherlock. I'm not quite sure about this one either. PC Sherlock, like Sherwood or... Oh, Sherlock. Okay. SWOL? Kind of read me. Let's type the batch file just to see what that's going to do if we run it. Oh, it just types whatever's in that text file. Wait a minute. Why do I got a funny feeling we got some wares here? Computer consulting can help... Wait, what? Okay, what does that have to do with anything in here? Let's type the file id.diz, because that might tell us what this is. PC Sherlock is the ultimate, quote-unquote, form of a game. Okay. Popular throughout the world by many names, bulls and cows. Oh, we got one of these Mastermind clones. Okay. So, for a second I thought this might have been a detective game or something, but I got a funny feeling that's not the case. So, PC Sherlock, copyright 91, Sanjay Kinnaid. If you'd like to keep PC Sherlock, then you're requested to send a registration fee, obtain registered version. Doesn't say how much the registered version is. Oh, and now we got a mouse cursor drawing Sherlock Holmes for whatever reason. Fair enough. Doesn't seem to support a mouse. It almost looks like it should have a mouse cursor, but it kind of doesn't. So, let's see here. Enter a name. I will be me. Wait a minute, I'm reading this here. This might not be the same game I'm thinking of. Because it says here that this is a 2-player game. Each player secretly selects a 4-digit number to win a player... Oh, so this is based... Okay, so it is the same game that I'm thinking of, but for some reason it's a 2-player version of it? Let's actually see what happens here. Oh, I'm actually playing against the computer. Okay, so enter a 4-digit number where no digit is repeated. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll never guess that. Oh, that was my guess? And now I have to input my secret number? Okay. Please enter clues for my guess number. What? Okay, so I think I see what's going on here, is that the game doesn't actually track your own guesses. So you have to put in the clues yourself. And if I'm remembering how this works, the bulls are the ones which are, like, dead on. They're the exact, the numbers in the exact position. So with 1, 2, 3, 4, that means he's got 1 bull and 1 cow. Now I have 3 cows and no bulls, so that means 3 of my numbers there are actually correct, but 1 of them isn't. So let's try 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 1 of them in the right spot now, but 2 of them are wrong. And now his there is 0469. That would be 0 bulls and 1 cow. So let's actually try 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So getting rid of the 2 seemed to get rid of 1 of the correctness. So I think the 2 might be in the right spot. And the 6 is definitely not in there. So I'm going to try 2, 4, 3, 1. Not quite. Ooh. Computer's got 2 bulls and 0 cows on that one. This takes a lot of thought. Trying to do this particular type of game, like live recording, it's really hard to focus on what you're doing. So I'm probably making all kinds of mistakes in terms of deducing this. Okay, I got 2 of them in the right spot, and 2 of them are not there, supposed to be there at all, so I think I'm getting close. The computer's way off right now. He didn't get anything. Nah, I didn't. Oh, damn it, he nailed it. How did he figure that out? He actually did figure it out. His was 4320. Darn. So he must have done the 5987 thing just to figure out that those numbers weren't there at all. Interesting. I don't know, it's interesting the way that it actually is. The fact that you don't actually put your number in when to the game itself means that the computer actually is attempting to guess your number. It can't just cheat and look at your number because you don't actually input it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints about those things. So if anybody likes playing this as like a 2-player game, I guess this works out pretty well. The only trick is I'm trying to figure out how much the guy was asking for registration, because that's always an important point for this kind of stuff. He wanted $18 to register this game. Well, all things considered, $18 for a 1991 game like this, that's not bad. It is kind of pricey. I'd expect something like this to be closer to like 14, 15. So 18 is not that bad. So if this was like some kind of game that you really, really like, then yeah, $18 would be fine. And before we get to Spree's successful dig, he did have another failed dig. DOSGAMES /PD1/PBust34. And this one failed for kind of stupid reasons. I've got a funny feeling that PBust is going to stand for puzzle, so maybe something called Puzzle Buster or something. Anyways, let's actually just run the thing, see what happens. An important file is missing, program cannot continue without it. That's not a good sign. Also, haven't we seen an error like that before? Okay, so I've been reading the manual.doc file off screen. This is apparently a program called Puzzle Buster, as I expected. Well, it was a pretty wild guess, but here's the thing though, is that this is a program that's supposed to be used where you put in the format of a newspaper puzzle and it actually figures out what the potential words might be, because it looks up through dictionaries and stuff. At least that's what I'm reading. Here's the problem though, is that first of all, this is supposed to be the registered version. So we've already got the problem that this is wares technically. And the other thing is that it seems to need specific installations so that certain files go in certain directories, but it doesn't tell me what those directories are in the README, or the manual.doc. So I have no idea how to get this game working. Well, it's not technically a game because you have to punch in an existing puzzle and put together a list of potential words. I'm not actually the document is really huge. I'm not going to spend the entire time reading it, but I get the idea that there is a lot of manual work to making this work. So the idea is to put in all the different words you think might be in the puzzle, and then see if it can solve it. I don't know. In any case, this is technically a failed dig, so let's move on. Spree's sort of successful dig? I don't know. This one's DOSGAMES /arcade2 /POPNOID, and it's gonna seem like a failed dig at first, but it kind of isn't. I don't know. I'm guessing Arkanoid clone. In fact, I'm guessing it's probably that popcorn game that I've heard about and seen pictures of. Just based on the fact that, first of all, the executable is called Popcorn, and second of all, because it says POPNOID as the title here. So, let's see if I'm right. That's drawing in real slowly. Like, I did turn the cycles down because of how old this game is, but let's speed it up a bit. Yep, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Man, I had to really turn the cycles up. Makes me wonder if the game is, like, timing properly or something. And, of course, it's in French. Oh, I can turn having a sun on or off. I'm pretty sure that means sound. So I'm guessing F1 starts? Maybe? How do I control this? No, really, none of the buttons are doing anything. Game? Okay, so the game technically works, except none of the keyboard controls are working, and the mouse is not locking to DOSBox, so it's clearly not mouse-driven. Or if it is, it's not detecting it. Or maybe that's why the game was moving so slowly, because something was actually wrong with it. I'm going to take a moment to see if I can figure out, like, if there's any particular DOSBox. I'm going to go to the DOSBox website, see if there's actually any particular settings I need to worry about with this game, because sometimes that's a factor with old titles. Let me check. No, it doesn't look like there's supposed to be any special Well, hitting escape worked, so... Wait, what the... Okay, I got my normal controls back. Let's try that again. Maybe something actually went wrong or something. Because it was giving me control characters for a moment there. So maybe the game is working, but it's just, something went wrong with the controls or something. I don't know. Okay, now the controls are working. That was weird. Oh, I have to put my name in. Because I've never played this before, so I'm not entirely certain what to expect here. Oh, the mouse is locking in now, so I do have mouse control. Presumably. Maybe? Whoa, that went... What? Okay, the game is, like... kinda working, but kinda not. Like, if I turn the cycles down, look at how slow this is going. And the mouse controls are not working. And also neither are... What is wrong with this? Seriously, I can't find a way to move the paddle. And if I hit spacebar, it just starts moving. The mouse controls don't work either. Nothing works. What is wrong with this? I'm pretty sure... do I have to, like, look up... Do I really have to go to that extra step and look up a manual online now just to figure out how to play this? Okay, you know what? I noticed that there were more files here. I've been trying to look up stuff online about the game. It's surprisingly hard, because when you try to look up popcorn, you just find out stuff about, popcorn makers. Like, seriously, it's, it's so hard to find information about this. It says here, public domain game. I don't know if I buy that. I'm pretty sure this game... Wasn't this game released commercially? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm actually looking up information about the game online right now. It was actually, released into the public domain. I did not know that. Well, I guess that means it's legal on this disc, but the question is, getting it working. Okay, so F5 was the Find Keys screen. So, first of all, I'm going to use, fast forwarding here, because DOSBox can do that. Just so I can get everything on screen here. So F5 is supposed to be control definition. And again, nothing's working. Oh wait, there it goes. I literally wasn't pressing anything. Although I have no idea, Oh, we'll see if that worked. Ah, what the... Why is it making a horrible noise now? Why is nothing happening? Oh hey, I actually have control now. Let me turn the cycles back down again. This is weird. It's like half the time like, look at how slow it goes when the cycles are at a normal playable speed. It's like, there's something very wrong with this, oh my jeez. Look at how fast the paddle moves. And look at how fast... Oh no, wait, there it goes. Okay, the game's finally working. It spent literally nearly like 15 minutes trying to get this working. Oh, jeez. Yeah, and look at how slow the animations are going. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do, because first of all, I've spent way too long trying to figure out how to get this thing working. And now that I know that this game's in the public domain, like, I mean, this is something I've wanted to cover on Ancient DOS Games, but I thought it was commercial software. So that's why I hadn't been looking into trying to get a copy of it or anything, but now that I know that it's actually public domain software, I might as well just try to review it normally. Like, I mean, we'll play it for a little more here, if it would actually go faster. That is so weird. I wonder if those speed issues are, because I don't know if the speed issues that I'm getting there are related to this particular download, or if there's actually, like this particular version on the CD, or if there's actually something with the game that makes it behave that way. Like, I don't know. But yeah, Popcorn is basically, it's an Arkanoid type game. But it has extra features and stuff, too. And I died. And my paddle's going to melt. But yeah, so I'll take a proper look at this game on Ancient DOS Games before the year is out, because this is one I've been wanting to cover. So expect a proper review of this in the future. But at least we actually got this sort of working. I'll see if I can find, like, a better version online, or... Actually, when I was reading stuff up online just now, I noticed that Twinson's Odyssey actually has this game on the CD, and I happen to own that game on CD, so I should look into that version. But in any case, yeah, we'll take a better look at this later on.